Very good morning, everybody. How are you? Okay, welcome to our video lesson today. Today, I'm gonna teach everybody about the new unit that you can see on the computer screen here, Unit 2, the physical and human environment. But before I teach everybody this one, I need to ask all of you some questions that you studied with me last week. What was it about? What was it about? Okay, about landscapes and the environment, right? About the landscape and the environment. So, how many types of landscape did you study? So, there are two landscapes. The first one is physical landscapes, and the second one is human landscape, right? Physical landscape means like example like weathers and climate, like water, rocks, and landforms or vegetations. Yeah. And about the second one is that human landscapes. It include like population and settlements, natural resources, food production, like settlement, like building a city, right? Houses, homes, something like that. These are called human landscapes. So right now, please move on to this our unit 2, the physical environment and the human environment. Yeah. So the question that I would like to ask everybody here, what is environment? What is environment? Okay, environment is our surroundings. What is in it? What is in it? Okay, everything that we can see around us is called environment, right? Or we can say that it is our surrounding. And landscape. Landscape, I mean that is a part of the environment we can see. Example like mountain, lakes, forest, beach. Yeah, these are called landscapes. It is a part of the environment that we can see, and everything that we can see around us is called environment. But landscape is a part of the environment. It is a part. Yeah, it is the part of the environment we can see. Yeah, and okay, physical environment. Physical environment, I mean, refer to the landscape is made up of natural components that have not been altered by humans. Yeah, the lake, the sea, right? Mountains. These are called physical environments. I mean, landscapes made up of natural that has not been altered or changed by humans, by people. Yeah, and one more, a human environment is one where the landscape is man-made, altering the environment. Human environment is one where landscape is man-made, altering the environment. Okay. Okay. Move on to the next slide. Environment both with physical and human aspect. Okay. Environment both with physical and human aspect. Okay. Farmland. So like lands that has been changed by humans. Farmlands, I mean lands that has been changed by humans. As they are both with physical and human aspect. We can say that physical and human environment, like farmlands, lands that has been changed by by people, from a physical environment into a more human one. Mining areas, I mean extracting natural resources from the earth. Mining area extracting natural resources from the earth. Okay, and like cities, I mean a lot of buildings. Trees are removed when people come to a one place, and that place has increased. It means a lot of people there. There are a lot of people there. So people need space to live on it, right? So trees are removed. People will cut down a tree to make space to build house or build place for them to live in, right? Okay, and car parks and park buildings, yeah, recreation sites, tennis courts or walking paths. Okay, but not all. These are upshield environments on Earth have not been impacted by humans in some way. Few environments, few environments on Earth have not been impacted by humans in some way. Not all environment areas on Earth have not been impacted by humans in some way. Okay, and why do we change it? Why do we change that environment in some environment? Why? Okay, why it change? Why change it? Uh, it has so many reasons, but the most important reason is that we can control. Yes, people can control the dangers in the environment that stop us living long and healthy lives. Okay, healthy lives. Some people accept their physical environment and make few changes. Some people, yeah, accept their physical environment and make few changes. They are depends on the physical environment. Uh, but in some people, yeah, talk about some people do not accept their environment and make many changes. That's why they change it, as they are depends on or of the physical environment. Yeah, to control dangers, the same as I gave you the explanation here. To control dangers, and the second one, some accept environment and don't want to change it. The same as I stated that some people accept their physical environment and make few changes. They do not make many or lots of the whole changes. They are depend on the physical environment. Okay, because that place or that physical environment uh, fit to their uh, life situations or condition. Okay, others want to make changes to better it in their eyes. Yes. So when yeah, example, when you go to live in another place, like uh, at some place, so you have to make it better than before, because it has a lot of yes, it has a lot of dust, so it's so dusty, and there are a lot of grass. Yes, there are a lot of grass or a forest around it. You have to clear it, right? You have to clear it. So that's one. The others want to make change. It's better into their eyes. Yeah, and people who live by control a large part of the environment, which may be has. Okay, why? People who live by controlling a large part of the environment, which may be has. Mhm. As some enhance environment, you need to change thing too, right? Some enhance environment, you need to change thing too. Once that place may harm you, may make you feel not good, it means you have to change it. You have to change that environment, right? Perhaps if you want to live in a desert where it's difficult to live, but must is travels and cool things. Example, when you live in a place uh, oh, with very yes, in a very cold place, a very hot place. Well, sorry, in a hot place like on the computer screen here. The second point. Help if you want to live in the desert where it is difficult to live. Must have its travels and cool things. So desert, it has no much water for people, for living thing to live on it easily. I mean, we have uh, we have to have extra waters and cool thing, right? How do we do over how do we do there? So we have to struggle and find some waters to make life, right? It means you have to dig a hole, to have to find waters to make the place that you live in better than before, right? Okay. Actually, in the desert, it has no much water for living thing, for animals, for people, and for plants, right? Okay. You must change things to be able to live there, like in some cold place. You need to have heating. Yes. Okay. So even that we say that people who live by controlling a large part of the environment, which maybe has. Move to the next one. Responding to the environment. Yes, the technology varies around the world. Yes, varies around the world, has and various impacts. When the place or people use only simple technologies, it means it's not impact. Yes, it doesn't impact. Sorry, it doesn't impact on the environment so much. Like okay, farming. Yeah, farming poor and rich countries by working by hand and with animals in India. Yeah, in India. And okay, over using large machinery in US. Yeah, so using large machinery like in US here, it means we can say in US advanced technologies. Yeah, they use advanced technology, so it impacts so much on the environment. Yeah, in America, very few people are farmers. Most of their food come from animal farms, many males, longs, and whites. Most of these farms only grows one types of crop. Yeah, the farmers in North America have to use very advanced technologies because the farm are so large. They use tractors pulling metal could pull. They also use helicopters to spray. Yes, it's so interesting. Yeah, they use helicopter to spray the crops with pesticides. Yeah, pesticides and fertilizers to the plants to the rice on the farmland. Yeah, it's so interesting. Mining. Yeah, mining can be done by hand or again by using machinery. Yeah, can be done by hand or again by using machinery. Mining. It's not easy to take the bind. It means can be done by hand, but in this day, people use machinery. Yeah, use machines. Shelters can be less permanent structures like tents or tin buildings. Other can be concrete and large. Yeah, shelter. I mean, responding to the environment, people have to make lives better when they have place to live in. I mean, it can be less permanent structures like tent or tin buildings. Others can be concrete and large. Yeah, uh, there is less and limited impacts in these three areas in poorer society, not in developed countries. Yeah, so in the developing country, in the developing country, it's not. It means it doesn't impact so much on their environment in their society. So it means there is less and limited impacts in these three areas in poorer society. But for the developed country, it means that it impacts so much on the environment. Okay, now move on to the next slide. Here, the last slide for everybody. You have to review search, yeah, in the dictionary to know some vocabulary that you don't know on page 62 and review on page 63. But I think that you should take a look only in vocabulary 62. Yeah. Okay, it's on this page number 62. I mean, it has some useful words for everybody to know in this unit. Artificial, yeah, community, culture, cultural environment, hunting and gathering. Okay, irrigation, landscape, modernization, yeah, natural environment, recreation, skill, technology. Yeah, but it has its explanation for each one already, like artificial and something man-made and not naturally occurring. Okay, like irrigation, I mean moving water from one place to another to artificially water crops. And landscape, what the land looks like and scenery of you. Yeah, and modernization, a ways of living in with new technologies and being able to get resources supply without having to go far for them. Yeah, you can you should open this page number page 62 to write down this word. It means they are useful words for everybody in this unit unit 2 that you have to know this useful word. Okay, and I think that after my explanations, after I give you the explanation already, everybody understand it. And if you don't understand in some point, you can drop your questions uh, okay, on my personal telegram. Yeah, it means I'm happy to answer all the questions. Okay, goodbye, good luck.